national titles in 3 decades. Great feel inside Cameron Indoor underway as Duke wins the opening tip.
Tell you one thing, you hear 2 names, Indiana and Duke. So much tradition, such a history.
Here's Matt Jones on the attack. His first shot in the air, that won't drop. Big scrap for the rebound. Jefferson comes away with an Ingram 3, and he'll knock it down.
I think Ingram might have a big game here. Why? I arrived at 4:45 here today, and who was on the floor working out one-on-one with Nate James? Ingram, and he was really working hard on his individual moves.
Thomas Bryant giving it up into the corner for Colin Hartman, the 6'7" junior, getting a start. On the wing, Troy Williams wants the paint. What a pretty move that was.
He's a very exciting player. He can really attack the basket. He's going to have to rebound well. The one negative for Duke, they don't do a good job on the defensive boards. So the offensive glass means can have a good day.
Under right there at the line. Allen's first shot in the air. He sinks it. So he's off to a quick start. Averaging 22.6 points a game.
He's a scoring machine. Had one bad game against the great Kentucky defense. They shut him down. He was 2 for 11.
Duke's only loss. Indiana coming in 5-2. They began the season ranked in the top 25. Quickly fell out after a pair of losses in Maui. And the floater is off the iron. Away jump. The first shot there by Blackman would not fall, and he has really been a hot hand. 49% from 3, 53% overall.
You know, Blackman and Farrell, veteran players that won 20 games last year. They're going to have to be solid here for them to win.
Ingram again, a 2-pointer, no foul.
I told you he's going to have a big day. I told Krzyzewski you didn't watch, but didn't I tell him
You
that?
did.
I said, Mike, I watched him work out at 4:45. I went over to him. I said, Brandon, that's how you become a player, by perspiring and working and doing the extras, getting that winner's edge.
Here's Farrell, a 6-foot senior, who comes in averaging 15 a game. First jump shot there by Bryant. He's a 6'10", he has great touch.
Big-time recruit, you know, was recruited by everyone. He came down to Syracuse, and your alma mater lost him out.
They did.
To the Hoosiers.
Everyone's entitled. Guess who again? Ingram on target with a triple. What a start for him.
This might be the coming out party for Brandon Ingram. Luke Kennard had his coming out party in a big win blowing out Utah State. At 22, 4 for 5 from the 3.
Bill's jumper, not there, follows his own miss. Trying to take that baseline around Plumlee, and couldn't get it over his head.
Size really was a differential there. Size was a factor.
He wants to keep on shooting.
Why not?
And the first whistle, and this will go against the Duke Blue Devils. But Ingram has the hot hand right out of the gate.
This is exactly what he was working on today. Pulling up, shooting that jumper, good first step, square your body. Great message for your young kids. Can't just dream about being a success. You got to go out there and make it happen.
Emil Jefferson picked up the personal. Here's Hartman handing off for Williams, the scoop. And a battle, and it comes away to Jefferson, who's averaging 11 rebounds a game. He's been amazing on the offensive glass.
You know what's really interesting? Jefferson and Plumlee understand their roles, and they really do a great job in their roles. Rebound, set screens, be active on the inside.
And together they've hauled in 46% of the Duke rebounds this season. That one off target by Jones. He got a great look, though.
Indiana zoning, I think Duke is very difficult to zone.
Yogi decided not to shoot it in heavy traffic. Blackman misfired. Right back up, using the window, and he gets it to rattle in.
Gets a tough layup right there. Little jump shot, but I'm going to tell you this. Yogi was unselfish there. He should have laid that right in. He was right there.
You're right. He had a great angle at the basket.
There's big gaps in that zone, man. Big wide gaps by the ACC mark.
Ingram put it to the deck and tied up on the play. It'll go the other way. 15:56 to go here in the first half in a raucous environment, as is always the case for Coach K.
ESPN.
Tonight's game, part of ESPN's Journey to the Tourney, presented by Sonic. It's a season-long spotlight of games impacting the tournament. Here's a look at the Big Ten ACC Challenge. 8 wins necessary to clinch. And, Dick, the Big Ten is right there. How about what Wisconsin did going to Syracuse?
Well, you know, Bo Ryan's one of those guys that you can never, ever count out. I know they've struggled a little bit in the beginning. They're getting a feel for their system. New players, they don't get one and dones. They got to develop players. But I would never count Bo Ryan's team out with their system. And Syracuse coming off that big championship out of the Bahamas, where they really looks really brilliant.
Really shot it tremendously well. Both of these teams can flat shoot it. The Hoosiers are making 54.7% of their shots and can really hit the three.
They can make the three really well. They just got to learn to defend and rebound and protect the basketball. Three big areas of the game.
Blackman on the drive. Nice feed there on the bounce, and Bryant stuffs it.
Nice two-man game right there. Blackman with the great drop bounce pass. His dad was a heck of a player at Kentucky.
Well, Blackman had a huge game against Alcorn State with 33 points.
Yeah, he shot the ball exceptionally well. However, that's not a pressure cooker game like this. It's a whole different ball game.
Hook shot up in the air by Plumlee. It'll be tipped and missed by Jones. Here come the Hoosiers.
I don't want to take anything away from him, but this is a different environment.
Well, Yogi gets one to roll in from three-point land.
He's a complete point guard. He can make threes. He can drive the basketball. He can defend. I like Yogi. I think he's one of the best point guards in the country.
Senior was named to several preseason All-America lists.
Working hard. They got Yogi right now checking Allen.
Hoosiers forcing the theft. Williams will stuff that one in.
He's a high riser, Williams. Last year he rebounded the ball well. Has not rebounded this year. He's come out here with some fire. You can see that.
Off the turnover, a 9-0 run for Indiana.
They got some talent. They got some talent, Indiana. No question.
Backs it down, and it won't fall for him. Tipped out of play. It'll go over to Indiana.
The one thing Indiana does well, they really can run the court. They can get out in transition. Mike was telling us today that one of his major concerns, defending their transition game. What a great environment. There are a lot of environments in college basketball good, but this is as special as it gets. You can feel it.
His three-pointer in the air and knocks that one down. He's been on fire out there.
What a great start by the Hoosiers. Tremendous start. Something they needed coming in here.
Well, you mentioned it on our way up to our broadcast position. They needed to get off to a fast start. They've been able to do that. The teardrop banked in by Allen.
He's so versatile. He can score in so many ways. Man, that kid is a scoring machine.
Farrell mishandled it right back to the logo. Comes in averaging 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. Hartman in the paint with a follow-away shot, well short.
Here comes the skilled Ingram. Can handle it, 6'10", a long wingspan. He's just got to get physical to play at the physicality of a college game. He's got to put some weight on.
In there for Jones from three-point land. He's a 49% beyond that line.
You know, Matt Jones makes big shots for them. We saw it out in New York. Veteran player. Doesn't get a lot of publicity, notoriety, but you don't win unless you have complimentary players like Jones.
He's made 23s. Backdoor cut. Beautifully run play for Williams and 2 more. He has half a dozen.
He looks like he's really come to play here. I tell you, they weren't too happy with his performance out of Maui, and they didn't start him one game out there.
Well, he reaches and commits a foul here right on the sideline. But this was a terrific cut.
Not just right down. Great backdoor cut. They read it well. Duke plays it poorly. Nobody's in the secondary defensive area. No one rotates over. Williams takes advantage of it. He's a talented player.
Certainly nothing wrong with Indiana's offense. 2011, since then, Indiana has led the Big Ten in scoring, in shooting percentage, and in three-point accuracy. It all comes back to their ability to defend, and if they can do that.
They're in a 2-3 zone right now. Duke's got to try to attack the gap in that zone.
Derek Thornton now in the game. The freshman running the point for the Blue Devils.
He'll attack gaps, I'll tell you that.
Allen tied up and draws the foul in the lane with 12:33 to go in the half.
You know, Dave, one of the real keys for Duke, if you look at the stats, they go to the foul line so often. They're right now ranked in the top 7 in America in free throws attempted, free throws made, and that's a big plus.
Blackman picks up his first foul. Jefferson banging inside to his left and blocked out of the sky. Bielfeldt really stuck to him defensively. Yogi got airborne. He'll swing it. Johnson lets fly and hits it. Robert Johnson with his first.
They did a great job reversing the basketball. Bielefeld did a great job on the other end. He's a transfer from out of Michigan.
Indiana's made 7 of their last 8. They're really heating up.
They can shoot the basketball.
Speaking of which, here's Kennard, but that barely touched anything. Although he's coming off a very strong game, 22 points.
Indiana's got a lot of confidence in a bounce of that ball. There's a swag about it. There's an emotional edge they seem to have here tonight. They're playing focused. They are focused.
Blackman off the screen. Johnson again. And a poor pass tipped out of play by Indiana.
That's been a dilemma for them early in the season. Turned into rock over, baby. Tough to win when you do that.
At this school,
Mike Krzyzewski's done it all. 1,024 wins. Most all-time. 5 national championships. 12 Final Fours. And also 13 ACC tournament titles. Coach K spent 1 year on the Indiana coaching staff under Bob Knight as a 27-year-old graduate assistant in 74-75.
Yeah, he was on that staff. Who'd have dreamt at that time in 74-75 that we'd be sitting here watching a coach with over 1,000 wins, 5 national titles, and it all started with the mentoring, the teaching, and what he learned on the Robert Montgomery night. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I've always felt there should be a building named after him in Bloomington. And I also hope, and he's a close friend, and I think the world of him as a teacher, a motivator, a disciplinarian. I hope that he finds it in his heart to show up at Indiana when they honor the team that's the last unbeaten team in college basketball, the Hoosiers of 75-76. And that's happening against Wisconsin. The roof would come off. If he walked in, the love fest would be unbelievable.
No question about that.
Unbelievable.
And Bloomington Thornton using the window and one. Tremendous move by the freshman out of Chatsworth, California, who's averaging 8 points a game. Great use of the backboard.
Yeah, he did a great job with that drive. We saw him play really well out there in New York. He got his first start out in New York, and he came through big time for them.
Fouled by Williams. It'll be his second. So Thornton at the line where he makes 70%.
Well, Mike was telling us before the game, he's basically got 8 starters. He's got 8 guys. He said, they're going to be in my rotation. He's going to get more minutes, he said, for the keep Jeter. He wants to get him on the floor a lot more.
By the way, the 1 year that Coach K was that graduate assistant at Indiana, they lost 1 game. The next year, they didn't lose any.
They probably wouldn't have lost that game either. They lost to the Elite 8 to Kentucky, and they lost Scott May, their star player.
Bielefeld can hit that shot. Not this time, and a shove underneath. They may get Jones for the foul. The Wake Forest loss in Maui, bit of a warning sign for many Hoosier fans because it was mindful of the way Indiana lost many of its 14 games last year. They allowed 82 points. Wake shot 51%. That foul will go against Jones, his first.
Team shot so well against Indiana in the Big Ten last year.
Yogi using that backboard, but not this time.
They had a strong drive, just came up empty. Played a part 2 to high school. Played the high school research Trayvon Blewett. Kid from Xavier.
He can really play.
Xavier can flat out play.
I know you love that team.
I love that team. They're deep, talented, well coached.
Allen seeking contact. It rolls off the iron. The Hoosiers want to push it.
He should have had a little better angle to the basket. He would have made that. He went a little away from the goal.
Hardman gives up the dribble. Kennard right on his back. What a great dish there for Johnson.
You know, Johnson, he's one of the 3 guys on the perimeter. He started the last game along with Blackman and along with Farrell. But that was a great look and a great cut without the ball.
There's 5. Jones lost it for a moment. Got it back. He's averaging 13. He has 5 already.
He was a key component of them winning that national title last year.
Now they go the other way.
Illegal screen. That's one of the themes this year. They're going to be calling that. They're going to be calling that. You've got to be stationary on your screens.
Now tomorrow we have an old school rivalry game between #1 Kentucky and UCLA at 9 o'clock Eastern. Tyler Ulis pushing the pace for the Cats. Bryce Alford, the 3-point threat.
I'll tell you one thing, Kentucky, UCLA, you see those names, and it gives you goosebumps. You think about the greatness that's come from those programs. Kentucky, Tyler Eulis, I'm going to tell you this, pound for pound, inch for inch, he might be the best.
Kennard wants to go to the rack, spins it up there, but too much. Comes right back to him, the freshman in heavy traffic. And a foul on the deck here with 9:45 to go in the first half at Cameron Indoor.
See, that's why they go to the line so often. They're attack mode all the time. Attack, attack, attack. And they have the talent that they can't do that. They're like Kentucky, man. They just keep bringing them in. One player after you lose one, you bring another star in.
Seisloff with the foul there. Jefferson gets it back up top for Jones. And a handoff for Derek Thornton, the 6'2 freshman. High rebound. The Hoosiers come again. Racing and beating everybody, but a block and a foul. They're going to get Ingram for that one. We'd have to take another look at that, but a man down for Indiana. Bryant was knocked to the deck.
See, I thought he got body contact. He made the good block on the ball, but the body did make contact. I think the official made a solid call there. We're up in the crow's nest up here.
Ingram with the foul. Take another look.
So he's running the court really well. See, I think there's some body contact there that made that happen. I like the way Indiana's running the court. This is what Mike Krzyzewski was talking about, their transition ability.
So Bryant, the 6'10 freshman to shoot, makes 59%. He's making 70% of his shots from the field.
Well, he's skilled around the basket. He's got to rebound a lot better. He's got to be more active on the glass.
He's one of 8 Hoosiers who have attempted more than 10 shots, and 6 of them are shooting 50% or better.
Where they're not shooting the ball well, and it cost them big out of Maui in their 2 losses, is the free throw line, the charity stripe. They're shooting like 64% as a team.
He has 5 points. Indiana leading by 4, 24-20.
Tom Crean brings so much enthusiasm and energy, and he got suffered big time when he lost Oladipo and Zella to the NBA.
Oh, how did Ingram get that shot off? And he knocks in another. He has 10.
Dave, you had to see him this afternoon at 4:45. Nobody in the building, just him and Nate James and me. That's it. And I'm watching this kid perspire like hell. I went over and I said, hey, let me tell you this. The only place you find success ahead of work, right here, baby, you work hard, you'll be successful.
The bounce feed in heavy traffic, and Indiana strikes again. Anunoby, the 6'8 freshman, very rangy guy, and one of the finalists from Missouri's Mr. Basketball as a high school senior.
He did a great job right there. You like that? Let me find success.
Yes, I love it. I knew that of all the guys in the gym, one of you would not be quiet. I knew who it was. Jones off target. And Kennard went for the save and got it back for Jefferson. Here's Ingram again. Yes!
Oh, he's being rewarded. You work hard, you sweat. What do they say? Genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. The more one perspires, the more of a genius. He perspired like heck here today at 4:45.
He's had the best first half of his very, very young career with 13 points. They drive, and it won't go. Well defended there. Blackman went for it, knocked out a play. It'll be Indiana ball when we come back. 7:59 to go here in the first half. Play really heating up. Indiana clinging to the 1-point lead, but what a marvelous save by Kennard. They found the hot hand. Ingram can't miss in the first half. All donations benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research.
1-800-4-JIMMY-V. Make that call. You may save the life of someone you love. Cancer flat out sucks. It sucks. As a look at Jim Harbaugh, we talked to Jim before. Said he's interested in coming to my gala. We're honoring his partner down at Ohio State, Urban Meyer, this year.
You were asking Coach Harbaugh for a loan earlier tonight. He can handle it. Reversing field and flipping it up there, Blackman. His last lead was 10-8.
Indiana playing right now, a little trap coming out of that zone on the wings.
Allen pretty quiet the last several minutes. And Jones knocked to the floor. He's fouled with 7.5 to go in the half.
See, that's another example. He spotted a little gap in his zone, and he went to attack it, and he got fouled. A lot of people say, oh, they get breaks. They get breaks. They create the breaks with their driving ability and their talent level.
Anunoby with the foul.
Anunoby's a big, strong, young player, physically.
Start forcing that pass inside the paint, picked off by Bryant, and they've turned it over 3 times. Here's the give for Johnson, but short.
See, one of the dilemmas for Indiana last year was lack of size inside. They have that now with Bryant.
Ingram lines it up. Yes!
He's on fire, man. He's on fire. Call the fire chief. He's burning up those nuts. Call the fire chief.
16 points, 6 of 7 from the floor for the 6'9" freshman.
He came in with such a big reputation. A little slow getting going. This could be his breakout game.
Bryant with a miss, and the rebound was off Jefferson and out of play. Back over to Indiana.
What a night. What a night. Having a super performance. Nothing but nylon, man. Shooting that jump shot effectively. Squaring his body. Great rotation. Blocking shots. Doing it all. Brandon Ingram, a star is being born. Came in as a highly rated player.
Off the turnover, the Blue Devils get it back. Here's Allen on the hard drive. Rebound tipped out by Plumlee. Second effort. Ingram to the lane this time. He's unstoppable.
He looks absolutely sensational. Smooth, fluid, very skilled, multi-talented.
Mike Krzyzewski was very curious about how his freshman would perform in this environment. And another steal. Here's Jones again. He can take it himself.
See what Indiana's got to be concerned. Spurts. Duke is great with spurts.
This is a 10-0 spurt. Well, Duke has jumped into the lead, 32-26, on the shoulders of that young man, Brandon Ingram.
Here's Jones with a steal, little layup, nothing fancy, laying it simple, scored. Will not be part of SportsCenter's highlights, the steal and layup, but so what? It's in the book.
18 points, Dick. The rest of the Blue Devils with 14, and he just can't miss. 7 out of 8.
I think the big thing people are seeing, the skills that people talked about and raved about when he came out of the scholastic level. So fluid, so smooth.
Williams using the screen by Bielfeldt, and off the window, beautifully done by Troy Williams.
Yeah, Williams right there takes advantage of Ingram in a little one-on-one maneuver. They get good spacing. Tom Crean's clubs know how to play. He did such a great job as you watch a drive when he was at Marquette. And he had a guy by the name of Mr. Wade.
That's number 2 on Ingram.
In fact, he's coached against Coach K twice while he was at Marquette. They're 1-1.
Williams can't connect. So 32-28.
Foul line is big when you're coming out here trying to get a win. That's been a dilemma in Indiana. It's hard to believe with such good shooters that they would struggle on the free throw line.
Duke really feels like this is its first big-time home game of the season. Taking out Indiana. Allen all the way through. Nobody picked him up.
Now you tell me if that's not reminiscent of years ago, John Havlicek.
I love that comparison.
I call him Hondo Allen.
Jumper on the way and knocked down by Zeisler, and he can really hit it. He's made 19 of 34 threes.
He's a big-time shooter, one of the premier shooters in the Big Ten. And that's an asset they have that'll keep them in games, the ability to make the trifecta.
You see Grayson Allen is starting to feel it out there. Ingram has all night inside Plumlee, but a whistle before that on the floor with 5:05 to go. And a foul will go against Bielfeldt, his second. And it's 1-1 time. So Ingram will go to the bench. 2 fouls for him. But one of the hottest hands we have seen in the first half of any game this season from anybody.
He really played so exceptional when he was on the court. Played with a lot of intensity, focus. Hey, I want to give a tip of the hat to 2 kids. A.J. English from out of Iona had 46 points yesterday against Fairfield. 46. and won him down right in front of Stephen Curry and Davidson. Kid by the name of Gibbs, transfer. His brother rather was a transfer going out now to play for Connecticut from Seton Hall. But Jack Gibbs went for 41, made his first 14 shots in front of Curry, who was at the game.
Putting on a little show. Jefferson kept it alive. Jones with a three. Can't bury that off the back of the iron. He goes in hard for the rebound and knocked out a play. And so it'll be Duke ball again.
So you talk about rebounding for Indiana. You can't give them second and third opportunities. That loose ball, you got to get after the loose ball.
Jones sets a very nice games on the stuff by Plumlee. They got together in perfect sync.
I said it earlier and I'll say it again. There's too many gaps and seams in that zone.
Williams tries to get inside the paint.
Oh, he walked. He walked.
That's 4 turnovers now as Icelock gives it away.
The next 4 minutes are crucial for Tom Crean in Indiana. You cannot allow Duke to go in that locker room with momentum and a double-digit lead. You got to suck it up right now, and you got to dig it as a team. I talked about as a key defense as a unit. The problem, I don't see a lot of communication. I think it's a lot of individual defense, but you got to play 5 guys together.
It's been a problem for a while for Indiana. Plumlee kicks it into the corner for Jones. Wide open at 3, but too strong. Over the top and a foul. And Jefferson really hit the deck hard. And is yet to rise with 4:07 to go. And a foul will go against Yogi Ferrell. That'll be his first.
They're giving Duke too many second and thirds now late here in the half. And that's a no-no.
Jefferson has a issue with a contact lens here, Dick.
Tell me about it. I wear contacts. There's nothing more frustrating in the morning when your contact falls to the ground. You're blind. You can't find it. You're crawling on your knees. You're screaming for your wife. Yeah. Lorraine, where are you? I need you, Lorraine. Come and help me. I can't find my contact.
Why do I know you're not just kidding? That's exactly what happened at 8 o'clock this morning at your place.
Try 7:20.
37-31, the Blue Devils. Well, Saturday on ESPN, a doubleheader for you at 3:15 and 5:15. First, we're off to Spokane for the men, the number 19 Cats and the number 13 Zags. And then we head back east to the Jimmy V Women's Classic presented by Corona. Notre Dame against number 1 UConn.
I'll tell you one thing. What Gino Auriemma has done at UConn is you can't describe it. There are no words to really measure it. He has had himself an incredible career.
He lined up for another run at another national championship. He has Brianna Stewart, and his team is loaded again.
Oh, Stewart's amazing. She's going for a 4th national title. And Notre Dame's pretty good. Oh, take a look who's in the house right here. He was not a bad player,
not
Mr.
bad.
Hill.
Not too shabby. One of many celebrities who have gathered here tonight at Cameron Indoor to see Indiana take on the Duke Blue Devils. 1-1 here for Jefferson, who hits only 50% at the line. He's 16 out of 32.
Well, Grant played on that great team with Leitner and Bob Hurley, 3 All-Americans, just superstars. One of my favorite people, the Admiral. I nicknamed him the Admiral when he was at the Naval Academy, David Robinson.
Well, his son, Justin Robinson, a freshman for the Duke Blue Devils.
His other son plays football, wide receiver for the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame.
Hey, this is the largest lead so far for Duke as they lead by 8 points.
Big possession right here. You can't allow Duke to get away from you. They played well for 10 minutes. Indiana's going to now play well here.
Blackman, a tough angle, but it somehow falls in.
Nice cut by James Blackman. He's a scorer. He's got a scorer's mentality. He can shoot the 3. They got to suck it up more in defense. They're going to man now coming out of that zone. There's a little mismatch here, a lot of communication. Who's playing wide open underneath?
That was Jefferson, but they didn't see him initially. He has it now to the paint, to his right.
Too many easy layups, Obi. You can't win a game against quality competition unless you guard people. You can't give them layup after layup.
Well, Indiana needs Yogi to strike and to become the hot hand, but so far he's been pretty much silenced. Here he is from 3 and can't get it. So 3 minutes to go in the first half. Duke has been absolutely deadly in the Big Ten ACC Challenge. They're the best record in the event at 14-2. Kennard back for Plumlee. Trying to take that baseline. A foul will go on Williams, standing in his way as he hit the deck.
There's Jefferson right here. Nice move to the basket, strong drive. Can't allow those kind of layups.
All right, Ravi, thank you very much. Looking forward to that. Well, Duke has never lost in an ACC Big Ten Challenge game at Cameron Indoor. They're a perfect 6-0. Now on top, 41-33.
Well, we documented on top of the show they've won 120 games in a row against non-conference teams here. Unbelievable at home. Last time they lost was to the St. John's Red Storm. February 26, 2000. 15 years ago, I was a young kid then.
How old were you 15 years ago?
Oh, God. Use my math here, huh?
What, you were 61 then?
I was 61.
You were just a baby, just getting started. 4 points for Plumlee. This is the second effort. Another second effort for Duke.
Second and third opportunities should just kill you. Want to lay some big screens, man.
Kennard on a hard drive, left-handed, lays it in.
He's a driving player. Greatest compliment he received from Coach K. He's 0 for 9 in 2 games between Kentucky and VCU. Yet he plays the last 10 minutes in a close game. He's on the floor because he's driving, he's diving for loose balls, and he's defending. And
he rarely turns the ball over. He's very sure-handed. That was a big reason he was in that game at that time.
He's a big-time shooter who eventually will get going shooting the basketball.
Well, Blackman is too. Second effort for Johnson as he kept it alive.
That's really a weakness to do. They allow second shots. Great cut without the ball.
And Yogi lays it in.
The one thing I like about Indiana, movement without the ball. A little message to young kids out there to play the game. Toughest player to guard is a guy in motion, movement. You stand stationary, you become the Kodak man. They take your picture and you lose.
Indiana needing stops. The handoff for Jones. They won't get one here.
Layups. Can't give those kind of unmolested layups. I can make that layup. Are you kidding me? I was making them yesterday at my house.
Foul here will go against Duke, and Coach K is hopping mad over that whistle. Stopping the clock at 1:36 to go. They're going to get Plumlee for his first. That was off the ball. That brought the Hall of Famer off the bench.
And he showed some emotion. He's got a lot of passion. You know, it's amazing. Since they're blowing a whistle a lot, it's only up 2 fouls. The early analysis has went from 18 fouls to 20. That's not really much. Only 2 more fouls per game being called.
And this time, Kennard gets the foul for tugging on the jersey. 46-35. Indiana to inbound. Johnson over the top for Bryant. Blackman, nice dish. But a tremendous stop there, and yet a foul nonetheless on Plumlee. He'll get whistled going for the block. Grinning there, his second foul.
And he definitely fouled him. He bodied him. You know, its early numbers are interesting. Right now, teams are shooting better this year than they did last year. Early indications. Shooting 44% versus 43%. Possessions are more possessions in the game because of the 30-second shot clock. From 65.7 to 71.2. And the point totals are up. Point totals are up from 67 points a game to 74. And I think a lot of that has to do with players are getting a little more freedom to shoot the ball because coaches are constantly on players not to make contact. The refs are going to blow the whistle.
And you know where it felt like it? It was North Carolina and Maryland, which was one of those old-fashioned back-and-forth games that was done in less than 2 hours. But guys were free to make offensive plays.
Well, trying to take away that physical contact.
Kennard's three, knocks it in.
He can shoot the ball, man. He can shoot the ball. Just give him a little time. He's going to shoot the basketball exceptionally well.
Bryant wants it up against Jefferson off the fake. And out of play off Allen, so the Hoosiers will have the ball, but this one beginning to slip away here as we close in on halftime. I mean, Duke's on pace to score 100 points.
Well, all because of the one criteria we talked about as a key for Indiana, and it's not happening. Playing defense as a team. You can't just beat Duke relying on your offense. You got to be efficient defensively as well.
So 1 minute, 3 seconds before halftime here at Cameron Indoor. And Friday, NBA Friday, presented by State Farm, comes your way at ESPN. We've got the clash of the boroughs at 7 Eastern. The Nets battle the Knicks at the Garden. And at 9:30, we head to the Bayou. King James and the Cavs take on Anthony Davis and the Pelicans, in both games streaming live on Watch ESPN.
Talk about a great young talent, Anthony Davis, only about 22, 23 maybe years of age. A tremendous talent. And the other guy's not bad. King James, he's pretty good. I think his resume tells me he's got a chance.
Look forward to that one. Well, Duke has a chance to hit the century mark tonight the way it's going here against Indiana. Piling up the points, 49 already in the first half. The Hoosiers will have the ball.
If they buy in to play defense with their offensive skills and their ability to score, Indiana will have a great year. If they don't, they're going to struggle.
Zeisloff from the corner will bury a 3, give him 6 points.
That's like a layup for Zeisloff. I mean, he's an automatic shooter. Tom works so hard about that, too. I mean, the guy works. I mean, if his players play half as hard and the passion and energy he puts in, they'd be unbelievable.
Thornton to the baseline, floats it up there. Flash for the rebound, taken away by Indiana. Here's Hartman. He launches and knocks down a 3.
Yeah, they got guys that can shoot that 3, man. They quickly knock it down to 7. They got to get a stop right here.
20 seconds before the break. Allen will back it out now, set up a play.
Got to keep an eye on Kennard at that top. Don't let him alone up there.
7 to shoot. Allen spins it up there. How did he make that shot?
Are you serious?
A circus shot. Blocked away by Kennard at the buzzer. And that's how the first half ends. How did he make that?
I don't know. Are you serious? I cannot believe that. Game of horse trying to match that, baby. Great offensive performance by Duke in the first half. Really attacking. Look at him just flip that up. That's Hail Mary time, man. That's Hail Mary time.
Allen banking it in just like he practiced at Duke, on top 51 to 42. And coming up next, it's the Jeep halftime report. We welcome you back to the Big Ten ACC Challenge, presented by the United States Marine Corps. It's all part of Jimmy V Week for Cancer Research as we continue our commitment to the V Foundation and Jim Valvano's dream to defeat cancer. Dave O'Brien alongside the Hall of Famer Dickie V. And Dickie, what a half for Brandon Ingram, the freshman, with 18 points.
Well, he had 18 points in about 12 minutes of action. He was on fire. His second foul put him on the bench, but he was absolutely sensational, showing his versatility. There he is, knocking down a tough 3. We're going to show him on the defensive end, blocking a shot. Then we're going to show him right here with another 3. I mean, he was just stroking it, attacking. Look at that fluid, smooth drive to the basket. Terrific.
Our Sonic showdown, the Hoosiers, while Blackman averaging 17 to 7 tonight. As mentioned, Ingram played only about 12 minutes because of 2 fouls and sat a long stretch to end the first half. And immediately a whistle here against Yogi Ferrell. He'll get hit for the personal, and that's how the second half gets underway.
There was a little conversation here at halftime. We're way up here in the pros desk between Coach Krzyzewski and Tom Crean, and our reports that we get is basically inadvertent contact by Bielefeld on Coach K, and I guess he didn't know what happened and said something to Coach Crean about it.
It certainly looked inadvertent to us. We'll give you a closer look. They talked about it for about a minute after the end of the first half when we went to break. Allen on the drive, lays it in.
Boy, I love his driving ability. He's 5 for 7 right now in the game. John Madre comes through for me again with the stats. They just 5 for 7, attack mode. They have so many weapons they can hurt you with.
Bryant swinging the pass, but he threw it away. That was intended for Williams, who turned it over 6 times. So that hasn't been a huge issue for Indiana, but you've centered on their defensive issues all game.
Too many holes on the defensive end. I really believe the first 5 minutes of this half here is going to indicate whether Indiana has a chance or not.
Jones with a 3. That clangs away, but guess who gets the rebound? Ingram right back up, made a last-second adjustment. Jefferson, 3 bodies around him. A sea of red, but back up and in.
Then give them 3 shots. Again, one of the areas of concern for Indiana, we talked about rebounding. You can't allow a team to have 3 opportunities with the skilled athletes that Duke has.
Jefferson, the top offensive rebounder in the ACC, at 15 rebounds against Kentucky, 12 against Yale. He's been spectacular. A long 3 won't find a mark by Hartman.
It's danger time right now for Indiana. It's getting to be danger time.
Duke trying to go to 7-1 on the season. Indiana trying to avoid their 3rd loss. A slip by Allen. A scrap for it on the deck. It comes free to Plumlee. Here's Jones. And short from way downtown. Williams wants to run, wants to attack. Hartman to the paint. The dish. There's Bryant. Another pass, 1 too many.
Sloppy, very sloppy right there.
Great hustle by Bryant, however, to get that back. And now they throw it away immediately.
Turnover there again. Sloppy play. Tough to come back from 13 down on a roll with that kind of performance.
Now Duke will play their 1,000th game at Cameron on February 8th. They'll be hosting Louisville. The storied venue was christened January 6th of 1940 with a victory over Princeton.
Louisville played tough today against Michigan State on the road. Came up a little short.
Jefferson right back for Plumlee. And a whistle and a foul. They'll get Bryant for the reach.
Had great awareness where they are on the floor at all times. Hey, what about Ben Simmons tonight? Oh, my. He went absolutely ballistic.
43 points, 14 rebounds.
Which is one.
Which is 1 less than his average. But I mean, 43 points. Also had 7 assists, 5 steals, and 3 blocks.
You know, Dan O'Neill wrote a great article about him after a performance when he had 21 and 20 and said that he has to be a little bit more selfish, and I couldn't agree more.
Ingram too strong this time.
I think it's a very unselfish play. He's going to look for his shot now.
Blackman hunting one for himself, and he's averaging 17 a game. He'll fire it up there. Can't drain it, though.
Duke leads the nation. Kemp Pomeroy's stats, they're averaging 1.18 per possession. That is really good. That's being effective.
There's a bump. It's going to be an offensive foul. They're going to get Ingram for that one, and Duke can't believe it.
That's 3 for him. He's going to go to the sideline.
So with a lot of time left, maybe a big turn in this one.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one there.
Yogi hitting the deck. Brings a grin from Coach K, who will deliver the Duke commencement address next spring.
He is Mr. Duke. There's no doubt whatsoever about it.
He's done a lot for Blue Devils who played for him. His players have gone on to the NBA alone, have earned $1.1 billion in salaries. Bielfeldt will hand it off for Yogi Ferrell.
That's almost in your league, man.
Yeah. The one-hander, no. Jefferson with another rebound. He's so reliable on the glass.
Right now, Duke's defense really making it tough for Indiana to get the shots they want. That's usually not a problem for the Hoosiers, who are really effective offensively. They've been that way for 3 years. They're one of the better offensive teams in the Big Ten.
Ingram finds Jefferson. Denied in the lane. Great stop there defensively, but they'll get the second effort. Jones, yes, and a 3.
How many times you've seen second and third efforts, and they make you pay big time.
That'll bring a timeout for Indiana. Starting to get away here. Biggest lead of the night for the Duke Blue Devils, 58-42.
Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
Nets Knicks at 7, Cavs Pelicans at 9:30.
Well, Duke by 16 over Indiana here early in the second half. And Dickie V, the big difference has been his second chances.
Well, you can't give a team like Duke who shoot the ball so well. Second opportunity, so second, bingo, bango, bango, and there's three. And then we watch another one right here, and he's going to go up to the basket and watch the second effort. Look at this effort by Jefferson. I mean, this is a big-time effort. Three guys battling, scoring, second opportunities. Can't give a team with the quality players they have that many opportunities. 13
offensive rebounds so far for the Duke Blue Devils. Jefferson has 9 rebounds, but also 5 assists in this game. Johnson on the ground. It is Jefferson with the stuff.
One word really separates these two teams. Called defense. Defense.
Allen with the basket on the other end, so they really made him pay. And now it really opens up.
Grayson Allen will be one of the top 10 players in America by the end of the year. There's no doubt. He's an attacker. He's always in the attack mode. He plays hard. He's my Hondo, man. He's my Havlicek.
Well, he made a shot right at the end of the first half that was just incredible. And not exactly as you draw it up. The foul against Duke here as Yogi tries to get going. This is the biggest deficit of the season for Indiana. Tonight's game is part of ESPN's Journey to the Tourney, presented by Sonic. It's a season-long spotlight on games that will impact the tournament. And Duke on top here, 60-42. And your gala every year is something everybody talks about for months afterwards.
Well, I'll tell you this, we're really excited this year. We're on Urban Meyer, Robin Roberts, and Bo Ryan, 3 superstars. Robin, a cancer survivor, just a terrific woman who's been a great success in anything she's done in life. And we hope, as look at Jim Harbaugh, he said he's going to try to join us this year. We hope to raise $2.5 million, and all my money that we raise goes for kids battling cancer.
How much have you raised so far?
$15.3 million, but it's not enough. Not enough. We had 12 kids with us over the years at my gala, beautiful kids. They're no longer with us, and it brings me to tears thinking about them. Names that people don't know, but I know. Peyton and Lacey and Eddie. And, just look at, just the sad. Nothing worse than watching a mom and dad put their child to rest.
You know what a big heart you have. Johnson will swing this for Yogi Ferrell. The shot won't hit, and he's had that kind of a game so far tonight, taken away by Kennard.
We said the first 5 minutes are important. Well, they are important. Indiana has not scored yet here in this half. Have not scored with their offensive prowess, because Duke is a better defensive team than Indiana. And that is the difference in this game.
0 for 5. Kennard open underneath. Nice feed there from Jefferson.
They got so many weapons that they can hurt you with. Kennard. They can hurt you with Allen. They can hurt you with Ingram. Jefferson. I mean, they had Jones. Very difficult to defend them. They got great balance. Almost like that Xavier team we saw. I think Xavier can play with anybody. I think he can play with Duke or anybody. They're deep. They're talented. The kid Blewett, Sumner, Reynolds, they are talented.
Blackman hard to his right. Great defense by Jefferson and a block.
Jefferson's one of the most underrated players in the country. Never gets a lot of PR. They don't win that 5th national title if he's not on the floor in that game against Wisconsin last year.
He's averaging a double-double. He's 12 and 11 coming into this one. And he has 10 rebounds so far tonight. Ingram airborne, sinks another one. They have no answer for him tonight.
Silky smooth, man. Silky smooth. He's fluid.
So give him 20. Bielfeldt calling for it, nearly deflected. Blackman trying to use that backward. It's tipped up, but no basket. The foul came before that with 13-17 to go.
Well, the difference here is on Indiana getting shots, they're being challenged. On the other side, you don't see, for example, Duke really challenged on many shots. That's the area Tom's going to have to find a way to get Indiana to buy into defense as a team. Not just the individual player, but as a team. His team's on Marquette defended, and I'll tell you what, his team with Zeller and company, one of the great games I've ever been part of in my 37 years at ESPN was the game when they beat Kentucky. It was unbelievable. Watford hit that three. I thought the building was going to explode. Dan Schumann and I had a great time in that game. It was a terrific basketball game. And I'll say it now, and I'll say it again. Indiana and Kentucky should play. I think it's sad that egos involved are not making that happen. The fans are getting hurt. The alumni, the kids, they all want to play, man. Don't be selfish. Come on, John Calipari and Tom Crean, get it done.
Blackman now at 9 points, 64-46. The save by Kennard. He got it back out high for Jones.
Kennard will be a star by the end of the year. The words of Howard Garfinkel of 5-star fame. He told me, he said, Kennard will be a star.
Allen through the lane. Kennard lines it up. Can't knock it down. Got himself a pretty good look. Williams in transition. And now the Hoosiers will set one up here.
Look at the contact.
And the whistle. They're going to get Bryant for that one.
Not going to get away with that. That's one of the points of emphasis this year. 25 new rules, but one of the points of emphasis, post play down inside. It's okay to show you physical, but right in front of the ref. I mean, I could see that with one eye that he banged him. And I'm up here in the crow's nest.
His second personal. Jones running the offense now. Duke in their 111th season of basketball. Ingram at the foul line. Had a great first half if you're just joining us with 18 points.
In 12 minutes. Made all kinds of shots.
Kennard, the lefty. And once again can't hit. Ingram right back up. And commits a foul. And after the fact, a little bit of a shove there by Indiana's Robert Johnson. That one caught Grayson Allen. Wonder if they'll take a look at this.
A little frustration setting in. Got a bunch of proud kids. Came in with a lot of expectations this year, Indiana. Well, he got a little frustrated. A little push right there. But Allen came across him first, and I think that frustrated him.
So it is under review here with 12:12 to go. They're going to take a look at the tail end of that play. He did get a foul to begin with on Ingram. That's his third.
Pushes Allen out of the way.
This might be a better angle. See, there was a high elbow there. A little something extra at the end. But whether it rises to the level of a flagrant foul is what they're looking at.
Has a lot of contact by both guys, and then at the end, they have a little shove. These little three heads getting a lot of experience. These three guys blowing the whistle.
Really good crew. Mike Eads, Roger Ayers, and Ed Corbett. Tremendous crew here.
Three guys really that been around the game.
A flagrant one is a foul excessive in nature, which is not a legitimate attempt to play the ball, or holding a player who's trying to score, or illegal contact with an elbow above the opponent's shoulders, not swung excessively. Penalty is 2 shots in the ball. We'll see if it comes to that as Ed Corbett talks with Tom Crean. 12-12 left, and we'll see what they come up with here. And again, the foul on the floor was on Ingram of Duke, his third. So there will be a technical here. And at the line, Grayson Allen, who it's 92%.
First time I saw him play in high school, I saw him against Okafor's team in high school. I was in awe, man. After the game, I went to see Okafor, and I loved him, obviously, and his talent. But I saw Allen, and I could not believe his performance. And last year, he didn't get a whole lot of playing time until the end when they needed him big time, and he responded, took advantage of an opportunity.
So flagrant one against Indiana. And everything going the Blue Devils' way here tonight.
Well, they're making it happen. They're making it happen defensively, the movement of the ball, sharing the basketball, attacking off the bounce.
Jones to the window.
Second
Back out to
opportunity.
Ingram. Yeah, they've had a ton of them tonight.
Second opportunity.
Jones again. Yes, a three.
Second opportunities. It's been a nightmare. It's been a dilemma for the Hoosiers. I mean, it is getting a whipping right now. A whipping.
Well, you made the great point tonight. If you don't play good enough defense, You get behind against a team the caliber of Duke, and boy, it's lights out. Tough drive and a whistle as well. Robert Johnson trying to make something happen.
Johnson with a good attack, but if you're not going to lock up defensively, you got no chance to come back. You got no chance. Second opportunity, nothing but nylon, another trifecta.
Way up in the North Pole, a penguin loaded a
lunch. We'll have a college basketball final following Notre Dame on ESPN2. So we send it back to Dave and Dick.
Ravi, thank you very much. Indiana just hit their first field goal of the second half. And for clarification, the technical foul was a dead ball technical. The ones that Allen went to the line for. 11.5 minutes to go.
That's why it was 2 shots in possession of the ball. Being up here in the crow's nest, run that down here and have the privy of knowing what's going on the floor. Indiana finally gets a score.
So 69-48, and it's Johnson trying to finish a three-point play, and he does.
Tell you one thing that's defending really well, and Indiana's going to have to lock up, man. They're going to have to lock up with Purdue, and Purdue's an improved basketball team. I mean, they got a great performance yesterday out of the kid Hammonds off the bench. He's not starting. He came off the bench, and he was brilliant. 24 points and 12 rebounds against a good Pittsburgh team. That Painter's team is going to be, I think, in the upper echelon of the Big Ten this year.
Allen tripped there, knocked to the floor. Johnson will pick up the foul. That'll be number 2.
As far as strategy right now in the game, it's very simple. Tom Crean's team has not defended. They have not defended. You know, you look at Duke right now, they got 1 loss. And the reason they got that loss, Kentucky dominated them defensively. Kentucky shut down and cut out. Certainly Grayson Allen in that game was 2 for 11.
The Blue Devils made just 41% of their shots. Jones again left wide open for a triple.
Look how wide open guys are. Where is the defense? Nobody's even near him. I mean, are you kidding? Put a 76-year-old guy like me with 1 eye and let me stand there and I'll make that darn shot.
Johnson hit the deck himself and turned it over.
I mean, it's wide open. Are you kidding me? Watch this. Right here. He's wide open. Wow. Unbelievable.
That's for a guy who hits 49% of his three-pointers.
You got to buy in. You got to get a little pride in yourself, and you got to buy in to want to play defensively. That's all about mental toughness. That's all about discipline. Nobody can tell me. I know one thing. Tom Crean preaches it, teaches it, busts his gut, but the players got to look in the mirror and buy into it. If they want to win. If they don't want to win, they want to just be average, fine. But that team is too talented to get humiliated and embarrassed the way they are.
Jefferson thought about it. The spin to his right. What a beautiful move that was. He just didn't finish it. Bobbled out of play by Bryant. So a sloppy effort by the talented freshman.
Tell you one thing, during the Robert Montgomery Knight era, there was no doubt when you came to play them, you were going to deal with 5 kids playing with pride and passion and playing defense. They would lock you up, man. They would lock you up. They may have bad nights shooting the ball, but defensively as a unit, Bob Knight's teams played all the time with great pride and feeling.
Coming up on the 10-minute mark here at Cameron Indoor. All Duke. Allen jumping in. The scoop and the roll. How pretty is that?
He's amazing. I'm going to tell you something. He just has a variety of ways to score.
16 for him.
Havlicek, baby. Havlicek. That's my John Havlicek. And I don't say that too often about a player because I have great respect for the former Ohio State superstar.
Yogi on the drive. Connects. Just not enough of that here tonight.
Nice drive by Yogi. Duke broke down defensively right there. Allowed him to go right to the goal. I guess you could do that when you're up 23.
Yogi Ferrell just 3 out of 11 shooting it. He has dished out 5 assists.
See, initially they play the ball tough individually, but then you got to rotate over. You got to get help, and you can't get wide open shots.
23 for the freshman. Make it 22.
He's a diaper dandy, man. He's a dazzler.
Yogi to his right. He's trying to get something going on the offensive end.
Well, he's a tough, tenacious competitor. Was an outstanding high school player. Played in high school actually with Trayvon Blewett, who you and I were so impressed with when we saw Xavier. Chris Mack's done a heck of a job with that program.
Yogi gave some serious thought to jumping to the NBA in April. Announced that he would return to Indiana for his senior season. Jefferson went for the rebound and the foul. Looks like they got Bryant for another one with 8:42 to go.
Jefferson really plays hard. He really does.
That'll be 3 on Bryant tomorrow at 9 on ESPN. Our next journey to the tourney game presented by Sonic, #1 Kentucky and UCLA. UCLA 10 wins all time against AP #1. That's second all time.
You know, Duke has scored at least 79 points in every game but one. And that was to the suffocating defense of Kentucky, who their secondary defenders really cut off Allen on his drives to the goal. And Tyler Eulis was absolutely sensational, the MVP of the game against Duke.
Give him 24 now. Ingram, just about every shot he wants, he's getting and he's hitting.
He'll be a star at Duke. It's just a matter of him finding his rhythm, finding his timing, getting a little confidence. And you can see it all blossoming here in front of us.
Whistle off the ball here.
Look at that. Can't teach that 6'9" with a wingspan that he has.
Allen with a foul.
And they love playing together. The one thing when you play and wear that uniform, you're playing as a team. This guy, to me, is the best coach active in all of sports. I don't care what you talk. Football, baseball, active coaches. Don't believe me. Call up LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and all the guys that played with him on the USA Olympic team.
I'm amazed with it. The winning he's done, the championships he's won, how every game means the world to him. Even now, jumper on the way by Bielfeldt and all net.
Bielfeldt, great student. He's in the graduate program, business, one of the great business schools in Indiana. I'll tell you this, you saw him before the game, right? You would think he was a young coach trying to win his first game.
Yep.
The intensity, he's sitting there, concerned.
Another three. What a night for shooting the threes. And for the Duke Blue Devils, absolutely cooking beyond that line.
Well, making the extra pass. That's why they have such the best possession per possession stat, 1.18 per possession.
Blackman now, really tough shot. He made it. He'll go to the line. Duke has made 10 of 21 threes.
You can't just trade baskets, Obi. You got to guard people, and they're not guarding people. They're just trading baskets.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by the United States Marine Corps. The few, the proud, the Marines.
You're driving to the...
Well, back at Cameron, you are watching the Big Ten ACC Challenge presented by the U.S. Marine Corps. 7:18 to go, 23-point lead here for the Duke Blue Devils as we look at our storylines tonight. Ingram, Allen, and Jones have combined for 58. Indiana has 58 as a team. And Duke 34 points in the paint, but really it's those second chance points that are eating the Hoosiers alive.
Well, you know, 17 offensive rebounds. I've often said a team is playing aggressive basketball when they have deflections, they create steals, and they force turnovers, and they block shots, and they get on the offensive glass. When you do those things in those categories, that means you're playing aggressive as a team, and that's Duke. I've seen Duke have bad nights. I've seen Duke over the years get beat by teams. But you never, ever come to see Duke play where they don't play with a lot of heart and a lot of pride.
Blackman with 11 and an outstanding foul shooter. The sophomore hits 91% and a three-point play for him.
It's one of the ingredients right now with Kentucky since John Calipari's been there. They play with great intensity. They play defense. They come out with pride. They guard you. You guard people, you got a chance to win.
Jones really, really good beyond the three-point line. Back for Thornton. Jefferson with shot clock down to 9. Spinning to his right, and that was a little too easy.
That was a drop step move. He's done that a number of times. Likes to spin. Takes you one way with the left hand and spins back the other. He is so skilled on the inside. Solid.
Yogi trying to get by the rookie and does for 2 more. He's had a good second half.
Well, he did a great drive right there, but there was a mistake right there by Jefferson. Turned his back to the ball. Had no ball, you man. You have to be able to see the ball and the man.
Farrell at 13.
Should have been in good position there.
Jefferson looking inside. Thornton off the fake. Tried to slither that pass, and it's picked off by Yogi Ferrell, and here it comes. He'll fire up the three. And the follow won't go by Bielfeldt.
I just love the name Yogi, man. Number 8, Yogi Berra. He was so special. Maybe rest in peace.
Lost him this year.
Yep.
And the all-time greats, not just Yankee greats, all-time anything.
There's so many quality former greats this year. Moses Malone, Mel Daniels.
Barton really going in strong for 2.
Barton's in their rotation. He's a driver, good handler.
And the offense for the Blue Devils just looks so comfortable. It really has all night. Long jumper by Blackman clangs away into the corner, goes for the save, and it'll go back over to the Blue Devils.
There's a comfort level that they have on this floor, brought to you by the 6th man we often talk about, the Cameron Indoor Crazies. You know, you look at this building, to me, it is really, when you think of Fenway, where you call the games for the Red Sox, and those places are special. Wrigley Field, and this place. It should be a bucket list fan. If you're a basketball fan, put it on your bucket list and come here, and you'll be blown away by the unbelievable environment.
Allen Fieldhouse, another one that you can't miss. I say get to Pauley Pavilion and see where all that magic happened. Another spin by Jefferson, but no. He hasn't missed much tonight. Williams on the attack to lay it in.
Well, they got offensive skill players. They can drive the basketball. You know, it all started for Coach K. I said 74, 75. As a young guy coming out of the military, 5 years, Bob Knight gives him that start in Indiana. That team lost 1 game, and he probably wouldn't have lost that. They lost to Kentucky in the Elite 8, and that was when Scott May was out. But that was the year the Wizard of Westwood won his last national title. 10 out of 12 years. Following year, Indiana goes undefeated. And they're going to honor Quinn Buckner, Abernathy, Ken Benson, Wilkerson, May.
Oh, here it is, 120 consecutive home wins against non-conference opponents. The most in the NCAA. They haven't lost here against a non-conference opponent since 2000.
You know, I talked to Tom Crean on the phone earlier today, and when I spoke to him on the phone, at the end of the conversation, we're talking about strategy and what has to happen. He was the one that said to me, we got to start buying in, playing defense. And we're talking at the end. I said, well, you know, if your kids give a great effort, you got to understand this. I mean, you wouldn't be the first guy to go there a non-conference and get beat. I said, think about it. 120. He says, what? What did you say? I said 120 teams. Come on, man. Because he said he doesn't read anything.
He doesn't.
And he said he did not know that. I found out. I was shocked. I said, Tom, you don't know that they won 120 in a row? I said, in terms of non-conference, you could be a hero. Beat him.
Shot clock down to 5. Allen long distance. Once again, Jefferson hustling for the rebound, but it comes back to the Hoosiers.
If they come back and win this game, man, you got to scoop.
Williams, speaking of that, scoops in 2.
I mean, you look at Williams, you look at Farrell, you look at Blackman, you look at Bryant, you say to yourself, why can't they be a solid defensive team?
They're going to take a timeout here because Jones could not get it in.
I think
did not want to turn it over.
I think this could be a learning situation for them, where they can go back and say, you know, guys, have a little meeting and say, we got to get together. I mean, there's the drive to the goal. We got to get together, and we got to buy in and play defense, or it's going to be a long year.
Back inside Cameron, and Dickie, this is before the game, working with the kids. I mean, you're talking about 17, 18, 19-year-old kids. You're a superstar for these guys.
I tell you, I have a great time with them. The kids treat me like royalty, man. Unbelievable. I have so much fun.
Who is the best college basketball team you have seen so far this season?
I have to say Kentucky, the way they defend, their size. And I'm going to tell you this, early impressions, I'm so impressed with Xavier. I think their depth, they're much better than I anticipated. That's going to be some matchup when Xavier and Cincinnati hook up.
Oh, yeah.
Mick Cronin's club had a good win over a good George Washington team.
Well, under 4 to go here. It's been Duke all night. An impressive display, leading 85-65.
And I think North Carolina, obviously, with Marcus Page.
I was going to ask you about North Carolina. Now that Page is back.
Yeah, Page makes them a different basketball team.
Jones 3. Yes, he continues to hit those all over the place. He has 21.
Well, he's wide open. You know, you can't let shooters have open looks like that. I mean, Roy Williams' team is legitimate. There is no question. Page is like the engine that makes them. I don't want to take anything away from Northern Iowa. That was certainly a quality win beating North Carolina. with or without Page.
But a big sigh of relief with Page back. And how much different they look.
Maryland's very good, too. That was a good win over a good Maryland team. Trimble's terrific.
Yogi fires it up. Williams with the rebound and knocked away from him.
Tell you what treat we got. I'm going to give a kid a little PR here since we got a blowout city right now. You and I saw Justin Robinson.
Yes.
What a great story today about him in USA Today. Nicole Auerbach wrote a terrific story. 5'7". I think he's about 5'6". It doesn't matter. He's like Tyler Eulis. When the rock's in their hands, they're giants. He was sensational for
the point guard. He was just amazing to watch. Had a great tournament. Won the MVP in Orlando.
They beat Notre Dame, UCLA, Southern Cal. King Rice, former point guard in North Carolina, coaching down at Monmouth.
Williams will draw the foul and be at the line with 2:58 to go here. And it'll go against Grayson Allen, number 2 on Allen. Big story tonight for Duke. It was not so much Grayson Allen, but Brandon Ingram, the 6'9" freshman out of Kinston, North Carolina, who has 24 points.
I think the big stories were very simply Duke's ability to execute offensively, something they've done really well, and the fact that they've played some solid defense against a real good offensive team, Indiana. And the other part of the story, Indiana, again, coming up short defensively as a team.
Jefferson to the bench. Nice hand from the Blue Devil faithful. Did a hard-working game, 13.
I'm going to be on Dan Dockage's show tomorrow out in Indianapolis. Dan does a great job.
Oh, tell Double D I say hello. I haven't spoken to my former Big Ten partner. And
I'm going to be on a radio show with Dan tomorrow. And
a couple of big stars there.
I guarantee you'll be talking a little bit about Indiana, lack of defense.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. He talks very seriously about defense.
Well, he's certainly credited in the books, they say, for stopping Michael Jordan.
Well, he'd be the first one to tell you that. Jones lays it in.
Oh, I tell you that all the time.
23 points for Matt Jones.
You know, guys like Jones and Jefferson obviously don't get the publicity you see with Grayson Allen. And certainly the young kids are going to get Ingram. But they're just such solid college players. And that's how you win basketball games.
Jones a junior, and there's Jefferson with 11 rebounds.
Say this, and it's not going to get any better for the Duke opponents in the future. Recruiting class rated number 2 in the nation by our Paul Biancardi, who does a great job with ESPNU. Also, a guy, Adam Segoria, does a great job in his Zags report. But basically, Duke has Harry Giles coming in, unbelievable talent. Some say number 1 in the country. He's injured right now with a knee injury. Jason Tatum, terrific player on the St. Louis. Frank Jackson from out of Utah. Jason Delorier from out of Virginia. Kentucky is the number 1 class. The Cats again strike gold. Getting kids like Gabriel and Fox and Adebayo and Monk. It's unbelievable. It just keeps going on. These guys are recruiting machines, but they have Rolls Royces to sell. Coach K.
We'll run a little clock here as we approach the 2-minute mark.
We'll run some time. Coach K had us in awe, telling us about what they're doing here, building in terms of their facilities for basketball.
Well, they have a great one right now, a practice facility that was swatted out of the sky by Williams. One of the rare high marks today for Indiana defensively.
There's a drive right here. Good block from the help side. Allen going to the goal. That's what happened to him against Kentucky. The help defenders really cut him off. Kentucky played the other night without Tyler Eulis, and that was like not having the engine to make them go.
Shot clock at 2 and heaved up there by Ingram, but tapped out of play, and they'll keep it with 1:54 to go. And after we wrap up here at Cameron Indoor, join John Buccigross and John Anderson for all the sports news, the highlights, breakdowns of everything in the NBA, the NHL, college hoops. Sports Center at night, tipping off right after our game on ESPN.
Tell you what, those two guys do a terrific job. Scott Van Pelt show is terrific as well. He really reaches a lot of people and he's a great communicator.
Those guys all like to laugh, just like you do. You love a great joke.
Well, they love sports too, man. You can feel the passion they have.
1:40 left here.
Taking time off the clock. 90 points on the board. You're not going to win giving up that kind of number.
Jones stops, pops. Not this time from 3, but he's had a lot of good shots tonight.
Yeah, he was challenged in that one.
Yogi to drive it and lay it in.
That was matador defense by Duke. Just let the clock go and let him go to the goal.
He has 15, so that matches his average, but you probably need to have a sensational night tonight to make this anywhere near close against Duke, and that didn't happen for Yogi.
They have really buy-in to playing defense as a unit. If they don't do that, they're going to win their share of games because they're going to really hurt people with their offense. But they're not going to win quality games against quality competition unless they lock up as a team defensively.
10 for Thornton, 92 points for the Blue Devils. So they're going to win this one handily. A foul against Duke with 46.8 to play. SportsCenter is coming up next.
Great being with you, Obi. And I know you're smiling, my friend. You're smiling because David Price will be a Boston Red Sox.
Yes, he will.
He only got $217 million.
Only 217.
They save any cash for you? They save any cash for you?
There might be a couple of tens lying around somewhere on the floor, but what a great signing. And
classy guy, too.
You know him well.
Got to know him down with the Rays. Just a classy guy. Comes out of Vanderbilt, by the way, who has a really good basketball team this year.
Yes, they do.
Jones and company.
Had a terrific baseball program for a while.
Got Alvarez, who plays with the Pirates, came from Vanderbilt.
Yes. Williams knocks that down. He is 17. But it's not been enough for the Indiana Hoosiers.
I want those one-point games, man. Exciting one-point games. Came here all juiced up, ready and pumped up for having an exciting game. And it's blowout city. It's blowout city.
Duke about to go to 7-1. Indiana will drop to 5-3. Remember, the Hoosiers began the year in the top 25. Yogi with a personal.
I was getting a kick and looking at my tweets at halftime. The Twitter universe sending me a lot of tweets. Looking at Tom Crean. And really, some of them about his team's defense, obviously. Follow me, people. Twitter/DickieV.
Thornton to the line. He makes 70% and hits that one.
I'm probably the only guy getting close to 80 doing Twitter and doing Periscope. My wife gets amazed.
I love your Periscopes. Where do those go, by the way, when you do those Periscopes? Where do they go?
They go to people that follow me. And I'm trying to get a Periscope here.
Yeah, that's terrific. So final seconds here from Cameron Indoor. The Cameron Crazies have worked their magic.
Well, Mike Krzyzewski said he wanted to really find out how his players would respond in a big-time game because they haven't had a game like this at home. He wanted to find out at home how they would respond. Well, I think it's exam week next week. Well, right now, basketball, hoopology, they get an A+.
They sure do.
They get an A+.
94 points so far.
Dr. V gives them A+ for their performance tonight. There they are, jumping jack time.
So this one is over. A blowout for Duke by 20 over Indiana, 94-74. Ingram was the star, certainly in this one, with 24 points. An outstanding effort for the freshman. Jones chipped in with 23. Coming up next at SportsCenter for Dick Vitale, the Hall of Famer. I'm Dave O'Brien. Thanks so much for joining us. So long from Durham, North Carolina.
This